Let's talk about a tactical approach in your workplace to active shooters and how you respond. Do we have to worry now about this kind of effort at San Bernardino, where these two people came in and killed 16 and injured 24? Do we have to look at our workplace through this lens because it happened in the offices of a media company in Paris? What do you do right now when this kind of thing happens? Or let's bring it closer to home. What if this guy shows up this morning, the husband of one of your best employees, displaying flowers? Everybody goes, "Oh, isn't that wonderful?" And he we immediately give him access. He walks down the hall and shoots his ex-wife in the head. What do you do right now? So in all of these cases, right now, you're an expert like me. So let's talk about a tactical approach to active shooters in your workplace. How do your people respond? And active shooters, of course, are workplace violence, the worst kind of workplace violence, but there's a larger picture here, and that is workplace violence. And this larger picture is very important to us because we need to know where the active shooters come from. They come out of workplaces like yours. The national statistics are that any organization, on average, is 18 times more likely to have violence in the workplace than there are fire at work. 18 times more likely. We've done all these things for fire. What have you done for workplace violence? The Department of Justice reports 2 million instances of workplace violence annually. And they say this is all the way to almost 50% underreported because organizations like you don't like to report this kind of stuff. But we'll go with the raw statistics of 2 million instances every year. 2 people will be murdered, homicides, in the American workplace today on average, as they are every day on average in the American workplace, a firearm or a knife. In the next 60 minutes, 26 women will be raped in the American workplace, not on the street. 44 robberies, 200 aggravated assaults, 1,000 simple assaults, and 3,000 threats. Now, maybe you don't think that the ones lower down on the list are workplace violence because, hey, there was no blood and there were no headlines. That's not the way the federal government looks at it, and we're going to go with their definition, not yours or your boss's. This is workplace violence in the United States of America. This is how we have to roll. So even though there isn't blood and headlines, that doesn't mean it isn't workplace violence. And the CDC says that workplace violence is epidemic. So as it turns out, when we look at the statistics, the workplace, all workplaces, are a magnet for workplace violence. And there's your employer standing there not really understanding that all workplaces are a magnet for workplace violence. And your employer, perhaps your boss, the chain of command above you, your senior people are ignorant of these facts because they haven't really looked at and been informed about what the facts are. And then, of course, there's mythology about workplace violence. This is America, and we clutch to our myths. Here are the myths. It can't happen here. Of course, because we're nice people, and bad things never happen to nice people. It only happens at 7-Elevens. People snap. Total mythology, because we do the police reports and we find out that that guy who was the bad guy and who hurt or killed people in our workplace has been saying ugly things, bumping into the furniture for hours, days, weeks, sometimes years, and we didn't report it. We didn't address it for reasons that are mystifying to me, but we don't report this stuff internally to our own management. Educated people are not violent, everybody knows that. Well-to-do people are not violent too. We love our myths, and this is all mythology. Talking about violence will make it happen. Not true. If a person can joke about violence, they won't become violent. Totally untrue. People who threaten violence are just looking for attention. Well, at the end, when they commit it, that's true, but in the beginning, what they're looking for is help. So this is the mythology that we clutch and embrace and just won't let go. But it's all mythology. It's all wrong. Oh, and there's one more myth. And it is the most dangerous myth. We've done something. No, you haven't. You have a policy against workplace violence, and that's just fine. But what about the planning, the procedures, the training, the drills, and the exercises, as you would for a fire? Where is that? Well, you don't have that. And this is far more likely than a fire. And, of course, the biggest myth is it can't happen here. So let's look at the places that it has happened. In St. Louis, 4 dead in a manufacturing facility. In the U.S. Capitol, there seems to be every 90 days somebody running around with a gun, firing it off, and getting killed in the process. Hartford Distributors, several summers ago in Manchester, Connecticut, 9 dead, including the perpetrator. And UPS in Birmingham, this guy, 3 dead in this particular incident. In this particular incident, there he is, 1 dead and 6 wounded at a FedEx operation.